Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and those who I haven't had the opportunity to say this to, Merry Christmas. This time of year, it is on this particular Sunday, there's a message that I'm supposed to give. It is, there's a message that I'm supposed to give. And I was honestly torn on whether or not I was going to give the one I'm supposed to give or give the one that God gave me to give. I'm like, okay, God, now how do I do this? I'm supposed to talk about this, but this is the message that I have or that I was given. How do I do that? And then this morning, it came to me on how to combine the two. Because we always have the burning bowl the last Sunday of the year. We always want to release the things that we don't want. We want to release the things that we don't need. It's all fine and good. However, I have to take that in a slightly different direction today. So for this year's burning bowl to have the desired result, I need you all to, as far or as much as possible, do like Emily Katie said, put everything else aside. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Everything else that has happened before doesn't really pertain to this message. Because when I start talking about or going through some things that we're going to cover today, I do not want you to take this material and go back and analyze what happened in your life 3 weeks ago. When I start going through some of the material today, what people have a tendency to do is apply it to the divorce or the diagnosis they experienced 10 years ago. And want to go back and say, oh, well, this is why that happened. No, that is not what this message is designed to do. As so much as you possibly can, want you to look at this information today as if it were the first time you ever heard it. Want this stuff to be new to you today, because everything that I'm talking about today is from now forward. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened last week. It doesn't have anything to do with why stuff happened 8 months ago. This is not an explanation of why you got fired from your job. This is not an explanation of why everything went south at the family reunion in 1847. It's not about that. Today is the first day of the rest of your lives. That being said, I want you to learn today how things can be impressed on your subconscious phase of mind. I want us to learn today how things happen to us. When we put certain steps into place, we can have certain results. And that's what this message is designed for, how to get results, not explain the results that you've already had. The way we receive or the way we experience or the way the subconscious mind learns things is through repetition. Repeated thoughts, write this down, become beliefs. Just want to let that land with you. Repeated thoughts become beliefs. So starting from today, the thought that you continue to repeat to yourself over and over and over again is going to become a belief for you. The ideas that you repeat to yourself over and over and over again from this day forward will become your belief system. Now, repeated beliefs become inner patterns. So now that we have this belief, if we have a thought that is repeating itself over and over and over again. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. I almost called you this morning. I got a book for you.
Okay.
If we keep repeating this thought over and over and over again, and it becomes a belief, if we continue that belief, it will become an inner pattern. And repeated inner patterns express as an experience. Repeated thoughts becomes beliefs. Repeated beliefs become patterns. And those repeated patterns become experiences. What a person will have the tendency to do during a burning bowl experience, during a releasing that we're going to have today, always try to burn up or release this. You want to release the experience. But I want you to get very, very clearly today that before the experience happens, two other things take place. Ooh. So if I don't want this in my life, if I don't want a certain type of an experience next week, I have to do more than just burn it on a piece of paper. I've got to burn two other things first. It began to bother me that why is it that every year we keep burning the same thing? Because every year somebody is going to bring every year somebody brings a piece of paper up here to burn, and it happens every year. Somebody, it doesn't always happen here, but somewhere in the world where burning bowl experiences is taking place, somebody is always going to burn up debt. Somebody is always going to burn up lack. Somebody is always going to burn up clutter. Then why you got to burn it again this year? For some reason, we haven't learned to burn the right thing. Or if we do burn that up, we take it on again. That's where I want us to focus on today. Once you burn whatever it is today, I don't want to know, I don't need to know what you burning, and don't ask what I'm burning up either. Because it ain't none of your business. Just like it ain't none of my business what you burning. Whatever it is that you burning up, I want you to take the advice that Jesus gave the woman who got caught in adultery. Y'all know the story when he was teaching and doing a wonderful message, and then all the scribes and the Pharisees came through. They had this woman and said, because they was trying to trick him up too, by the way, and they brought her and said, okay, here we caught this woman in adultery. What are we going to do with this woman? And what do you say? Since you so big and bad, you the son of God, you did what you say we should do with this woman. Jesus was doing something real simple. He was playing with the very first Etch-a-Sketch. Because he was on the ground doodling. Now, we don't know what it was exactly that he was, in the scene doing, but he was down there doing something. And when he got up from that, the thing that he said was, let he who is without sin, any one of y'all that ain't never messed up, any one of y'all that ain't never thought the wrong thing, any one of y'all that ain't never made a mistake, y'all stone her first. I tell you, it was an earthquake when all of them dropped their rocks at their head. Because they realized, I can't expect someone else to do something that I haven't done myself. At the end of all of that, Jesus told the woman something very, very simple, but it's difficult for people to do. He told her very, very simply, go and don't do it again. When we burn something up, whatever it is that you're going to burn up today, don't do it again. But what we got to look at is, how do we do it again? We do it again by the repeated thoughts. We do it again by the belief systems that become a pattern. It's repetition. When we burn something today, when we release whatever it is that you're going to release today, I want you to understand this, that you release the belief, not the experience. You release the belief. Because for every experience that you will have, there is a belief behind it. What is a belief? I've given you the working definition that we use for belief. Belief is the inner acceptance of an idea as true. That's what a belief is. Belief is the inner acceptance of an idea as true. So when I go through this list today of 10 common things to let go, I want you to understand that what I'm giving you is the belief that's behind the experience. And what I want us to pick up most of all is that once you give up that belief, do like Jesus told a woman, don't do it again. Now, how do we pick up those same things? We pick them up in several ways. I wasn't going here, y'all. I wasn't going here, but I have to. How do we pick those things up again? We pick those things up again, like I said earlier, through repetition, by the types of conversations that we have over and over and over again. We pick those things up again by what we place in our subconscious mind when we are sleeping. We pick up those things and put them back in our subconscious mind through repetition by hearing them over and over and over again. Therefore, it's time to change or alter some of our habits. The list of 10 common things that we have to let go of. First of all, fear. This is something that you can write down on your piece of paper that you are going to burn today. Andy, does everybody have paper yet?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay.
Okay.
You can write this down. I don't know. This may be something you're dealing with. One of the common things, fear, I want you to understand this, that fear is misplaced faith. Fear and faith are basically the same thing, but it's in what direction it's going. When you get your small piece of paper, you must use pencil. Please, ma'am, please, sir, do not write in ink on these papers. The reason being, it will not have the effect that I needed to have. It will not have the effect that you needed to have if you use ink. Now, we're going to find out later on if we followed instructions. With your pencil, someone may write fear. Fear is the belief or the idea that something is going to happen. That's what fear is. Fear is the belief that I'm going to lose my job. Fear, ooh, there won't be enough money to pay the bill. Ooh, there won't be enough food for us to eat. Ooh, they're going to leave me. See, all of that's fear. It's misdirected faith. You take that same energy, shift it, and say, ooh, the right person will be in my life. Oh, there is enough. God is the source of my supply. Oh, there is plenty to share and spare. It's the same energy, just directed in a different direction. So one of the things that some people may need to give up in order to have a different experience is to give up fear. The next thing a person may need to give up to have a different experience next month is their belief in lack or limitation. This belief that there is not enough. This belief that it's too late for me. You see, lack does not always mean money. That's where a lot of people put the idea of lack, and they associate it to money. There's another way that a lot of us use an idea of lack. I don't have nothing to wear. You know, I just don't have time to get there today. Uh-oh. The biggest one that people use, ain't nothing on TV. Oh. I've heard people say this.
Yeah, 5,000 channels.
That is a belief in lack. And then we wonder why the bank account is so short. If we want something different next week, I'm asking us to erase, to eliminate, to burn up this idea that there is not enough of whatever it is. The third thing, common thing that needs to be, or that has to be, or that gets released during a burning bowl service is condemnation or judgment. Judging yourself, judging others, it's always associated with blame. Blaming yourself for something you either did or didn't do. And what a lot of people have the tendency to do is they, instead of blaming themselves, they will shift that blame and say, God is mad at me. Or God is judging me, therefore I'm not good enough. This whole concept of condemnation or judgment has at the root of it moral superiority. I'm better than them, or they're better than me, or this group is better than that group, or this group is less than that group. This idea, this belief, is what we're going to burn up and get rid of and not pick it up again. Number 4, something that you may want to put on your piece of paper. And I'm so glad for these pieces of paper, because originally when we first started doing Burning Bowl years and years ago, we always had to have a fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Around, because some folks knew that a burning bowl experience was coming up, and they'd sit down at their desk at home and write a novel and bring it to the church and try to burn that up. I'm not asking you to write a novel. You only got that much paper. One of the things that you may want to or need to write down, that you may need to release in order to have a better experience in 3 weeks, is number 4, resentment and unforgiveness. Unforgiveness is a binding energy. Anytime you don't forgive, you are binding yourself to whatever it was that happened. Because whatever it is, guess what? It's over. Unforgiveness is replaying that same tape over and over and over again. I have to say this, there's a whole 8-week message series. There's a whole class, 12 weeks on forgiveness. I can't cover all of that today, but I will tell you this much. Forgiveness is not approval. It does not mean I'm okay with what happened. It just means I don't feel nothing no more. Forgiveness is release. Releasing the emotional attachment that you had to whatever it was. Number 5, that you may need to release and let go. Personal will or control. Most Tauruses and Aries have to deal with this one the most. Personal will and control. Being in charge. It got to be your way. You're the only one that know how something is supposed to be done. And I told y'all earlier, don't be in my business about what I got to let go of. Giving up personal will and control. Peep this. It's not about giving up responsibility. Okay? What it is giving up is egoic control. You see, there is a responsibility that each and every one of us has in order to have the life that we want to live. Does that mean some control? Yes, it does. It means that there are certain things that we have to do. But to give up or to burn up today. Personal will and personal control does not mean that I burn up or I give up or I relinquish my responsibility. Number 6, that a person might need to release in order to have a different experience in 6 weeks is attachment to appearances. You see, appearances are not the final truth. As I said to you earlier, we want to burn up, we want to get rid of what happened out there. But remember this, before anything can happen on the outer, 2 other things must happen on the inner for that to happen and for that to take place. If we get rid of whatever is going on the outer and don't fix the first 2 things, guess what? The outer experience is going to show up again. So something you might need to give up is the outer attachment to the appearances, the past stories. Another thing that you might want to release in order to have a better tomorrow is give up the old self-images. You see, your identity is spiritual, not historical. Ooh, let's unpack that. My identity is spiritual, not historical. In order to unpack that, we need to learn what the difference in individuality and personality is. The personality is the outward part of you, that which you show to the world. Okay? But the individuality is that part of you that God said, let us make mankind in our image and after our likeness. The real you, the Christ you. The part of you that's whole, not the part of you that shows up to a situation ready to fight. That's the personality. That's the outside part of you. The individuality, the real you, which is spiritual, is whole, perfect, and complete, not the one that is always talking about the aches and pains and, oh, it's this weather that's causing this to happen. Give up the image of yourself. And for the most part, the past images that we have of ourselves are rooted in trauma or failure. If it's rooted in trauma or failure, another thing that you might want to look at releasing so that you have a better experience next month is giving up guilt and regret. Because all guilt does is keeps the consciousness anchored in the past. You keep replaying the same stuff over and over and over again, blaming yourself for what you did or did not do. Another thing that you might want to consider as you release things so that you have a better afternoon is separation thinking. This idea of me versus them. I'm over here, they're over there. They're out to get me. I got to get mine before they get theirs, because if they get something before I do, it might not be enough for me. This separation thinking that God is out there. And if I pray loud enough, if I pray long enough, if I pray the right words, God will somehow miraculously or magically show up and fix my boss. That if I pray hard enough, long enough, God will somehow show up and fix my neighbor. That's the idea of separation. The last thing that I want to give you that needs to be released in order for us to have a good 26 is struggle and resistance. Struggle and resistance is basically working against the law. When you work with spiritual law, the only struggle that you have is with yourself because you don't want to do it God's way. The struggle is not with God. The struggle is within us. We don't want to allow God to be in control. We don't want to allow Spirit to guide and direct. We feel we know it. That's why there is a struggle. We're trying to do it and God is saying, no, let me handle it. And you say, no, God, I'm going to do it. God says, okay, steps back, and boom, there you are in trouble. How do we let these things go? It's very, very simple. May not be easy, but it is simple. The concept or the idea that we present to you is that mind is causative. Mind is causative. Events, words, and actions are all secondary. The only thing in your notes somewhere, the only thing, if you want to post this or tweet it, you can. The only thing that can truly change experiences is a movement in consciousness. That's the only thing that is going to make next week a better week, is for there to be a movement in consciousness. This inner movement in consciousness simply says this: I cease believing in what is untrue and consent to what is true. That is your mental movement. To withdraw from what is untrue. The reason a lot of us have difficulty in shifting from what is untrue is because we don't know what is untrue. That's why I gave you that list of 10 common things. You see, all inner movement serves one purpose, and that is to transfer authority from the personal mind to the Christ mind. I struggled with this today. I really, really struggled with this because people will sometimes believe that this ritual that we are about to take part in magically changes their situation. And I really struggled with whether I was going to say this or not. Burning up this piece of paper does nothing. Unless there is a movement in consciousness. What this burning does, it reminds you or shows you on an exemplary, that's the correct word, way how this movement, mental movement, takes place. Your pieces of paper that you wrote on in pencil. I want to show you how this works. This outer working works. We went through the mental movement that has to happen and that has to take place. There must be a shift in consciousness in order to have a better life. That's what my whole message is all about. My whole purpose for being in ministry is to teach people how to live a better life, not explain why you get fired. How can you live a better life? How can you have a better experience? Because all I want to do is to have better experiences in my life. Not that I've had, that all of mine are bad now. I done had some real good ones, and I done had some that have not been so good. But the thing is, I want you to visually see how this mind movement takes place. And it is just this simple. And I'm going to do this twice. Because inevitably, somebody is not going to get it right. Lainey, please watch. When you light it, I want you to throw it in the air. That is how the mind movement happens. And it can be just that simple. I want you to take whatever belief it is that you are getting rid of. And throw it up. Throwing it up is a twofold reason, or there is twofold reason for throwing it up. Number one, natural. We don't want fire on the floor.
Right. Yeah.
Throwing it up activates the paper. I have to give you the natural part of this. That's what throwing it up does. Throwing it up puts momentum to the paper, and the wind from throwing it up ignites the fumes and the chemical that's in the paper, and that's when it's going to blow up. The mental part of it is you throw it up because you are getting it into the atmosphere. You are releasing it, taking it away from you, getting rid of it. Do you have what you're going to burn? You got it written down? Now, another thing that is really, really important is for you to feel good when you're doing it. That's why I tried to find some feel-good music. So when you're coming around with your paper, I want you to dance like Lila do at the beginning of the service. If you ever watch Lila at the beginning of the service when she's singing "My Soul Is Welcome Here," ooh, Lila just be over there getting it. When you're coming around to burn yours, I want you to walk like Lila. I want you to walk with some pep in your step, like you excited about what's going to happen. You are about to change your life drastically. It's what I'm looking for in the next month. It's what I'm looking for in the next week. It's for there to be a change, not to try to go back and analyze what happened before. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for me to stop talking? I know, right? Okay. Hey, hey! Come on, Lila. Come on, girl, burn yours. You know how to do it? Come on, Lila. You gonna burn yours like I did? Come on, girl. I'm ready. Throw it up. All right, Daddy. Hey. Come on, who wants to go next? Throw it up. There you go. There you go. Hey. Throw it up, Sam. Throw it up. There you go. Robbie, you got one? There you go. There you go. Throw it up. There, look at it. Look at it burn. Look at it burn. Hey. Come on, Robbie. Whatever it is, it's gone. It's gone. Throw it up. There you go. Lady, come on, girl. Oh, sweet girl. My soul is free. Throw it up. There you go. There you go. Oh, come on, princess. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and it's unfolding as it should? I can change my reality by changing my mind. Perfect peace, joy, and happiness is yours and it's mine. I'm loved and so are you. Unfolding as it should. Let me hear you say, all is well. You can go and switch, Carmen. Go ahead, girl. Come on. Unfolding as it should. I am close in the spirit. On up here, burn it, and let it go. Because we want to support you and let go whatever it is. And throw it up. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, Carmen. You can do it. Just to know that my soul is free from time. All I got to do is change my mind. I'm free. You gonna burn your paper? that we took today, internally and externally, is something that you can do at any given time. Whenever you feel the need to make a shift in consciousness, you can burn a piece of paper. Whatever it is that you need to do to release an old idea so that you can have a better tomorrow. That's what this ministry is all about. And one of the ways that we have a better tomorrow is to bless what we have today. So however you have come today with your tithes, your love offerings, your supporting gifts, I want you to take that and place it in your hand, and let's bless our money substance as we give it so that it will increase tomorrow. Those of you who are watching virtually, I invite you to do the same thing. Before you give at the gas station, before you give at the grocery store, bless your money. This works. Come on, y'all. Divine love through me blesses and increases all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. For those of you who are in-house, there is a basket in the back for you to place your love offering in as you are leaving the building. Those of you who are watching virtually, you can go to the website, unityofflint.org, hit the donate button, and you will be able to give your tithes, your love offerings, your supporting gifts that way. So now, if you would please stand, and let's join hands as we prepare for our benediction.
This is the box for pencils.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.